मुझे बस इतना बता दीजिए कि मैं greetings of the day to the galaxy of intellectuals, our distinguished guests, parents, and all the spectators who are watching us live on YouTube. I, Shimpi Badva, am extremely privileged to have this opportunity to welcome you all on behalf of DLDAV Model School, ND Block, Pitampura. Today, we are here for the induction program for the new session 2022-23 for our newly attached parents. Dear parents, this program is very important for you all to attend as we want you to get familiar with the school which is considered as the second home of the child. We are connected for the first time today. That is why we want you to be there till the end of the program. On this platform, we have with us our esteemed principal ma'am, who doesn't need any introduction and is known among all of us for her wisdom and knowledge. Our supervisory head in charge of the junior wing of our school. Most importantly, we have with us a well-known pediatric occupational therapist, Dr. Shweta Wadhwa. She is our school alumnus and also the proud parent of our school. She has done bachelor's in occupational therapy, master's in health science of occupational therapy pediatric, fellowship in neurodevelopmental disabilities. She is a certified sensory integration therapist, USA, certified oral placement therapist, certified brain gym instructor, level 1. For the past 13 years, she has been serving the field of occupational therapy. For past 11 years, she is running a clinic named Subha, the New Start. It is a complete rehabilitation center where they deal with kids having delayed milestones, autism, ADHD, behavioral issues, learning disabilities, handwriting difficulty, slow learning, etc. She has been invited by many schools to hold talks with parents and teachers on how to manage kids, and by Delhi government to train the educators about the need of kids in school. She is also a consultant at Sri Balaji Action Medical Institute and NICU team of Sir Gangaram Hospital. This Women's Day, she has received Women Empowerment Award. Before proceeding further, I want to remind you all to stay with us till the end of the program.
A very good morning, dear parents and Shweta and my faculty. Shweta, can I see you? Yes. So once again, we welcome you to this platform where we are going to have expertise of yours and how we can help the new parents. A lot of anxiety is there, I can understand in their minds, but we are always there at DLDAV school to welcome you, to solve the problems. You are always welcome. Even during the session, you can have your queries, which will be addressed by Shweta as per the convenience. So we welcome you once again, Shweta, and dear parents, for this session. All the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Let us begin this program with DAV Gan to mark the tradition of DAV.
अविरल निर्मल सलिल सदय ज्ञान प्रदायिनी ज्योतिर्मय हो चहु दिशि उद्घोष अभय DAV जय जय DAV जय जय प्रबल प्रवाहमयी नित नूतन जीवन दायिनी सदा सनातन वेद प्रणीता परम पुनीता ये धारा अक्षय DAV जय जय DAV जय जय दयानंद से प्रेम भक्ति ले हंसराज से त्याग शक्ति ले धर्म भक्ति का राष्ट्र शक्ति का हो दिन मान उदय DAV जय जय DAV जय जय सुख समृद्धि इसकी लहरें प्रेम शांति इसके तट ठहरे, सघन शांतिमय प्रबल क्रांतिमय लिए अटल निश्चय। डीएवी जय जय, डीएवी जय जय।
Education is simply the soul of society as it passes from one generation to another. Education is what survives when what has been learned is forgotten. On behalf of our principal ma'am and other staff members, once again, I welcome you all dear parents to the induction program for the session 2022-23. We take the occasion to provide a comprehensive introduction to our services, facilities, and necessary regulatory information. We aim to establish and promote a close relationship with all parents in the interest of their children. We are sure that this induction program will serve its purpose and establish a strong bond of understanding that lasts throughout the child's school's life. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity. To make our day a blessed one, let's invoke Goddess Saraswati by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. Let us now begin with our cultural trend of lighting the lamp.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः।
Now, I would like to invite our honorable and dignified principal ma'am for the welcome address and to give an overview about the school.
Distinguished guest, Dr. Shweta Wadhwa, eminent pediatric occupational therapist, and my dear parents, a very good morning to all of you. The ability to read, write and analyze, the confidence to stand up and demand justice and equality, the qualifications and connections to get your foot in the door and take your seat at the table. All of that starts with education. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to join the DAV fraternity, a family that is rooted in the age-old RN values and yet in place with a fast evolving global technological scenario. The largest non-government organization, which is a brand name in itself. DAV management runs more than 900 institutions in the country and abroad. DLDAV Pitampura is an expression of the expectations and dreams of the new generation of children. I feel no hitch to name our school with utmost pride for its unsurpassed performance in the learning domain. It gives me great pleasure to address you all on this virtual platform for the orientation program. To guide and motivate us, I welcome an illustrious personality, Dr. Shweta Wadhwa, on this platform. The founder of Subha, the New Start, a pediatric therapy clinic, Dr. Shweta Wadhwa and her team of professionals have been helping kids to cope up with their lacks, motivating them to perform better. She has also been providing tips to the parents to support their kids and keep themselves in high spirits. The Subha team is dealing with kids having delayed milestones, handwriting difficulty, autism, ADHD, behavioral issues, learning disabilities, etc. Dr. Shweta was recently invited by Government of Delhi for the orientation of special educators and make them aware of the role of occupational therapy and how they can support kids. It's an honor to have you, Shweta, with us today to address our parents, and above all, she is our alumni. Childhood is one of the most wonderful experiences a person can have, and given the right impetus, this period can lay the foundation of a glorious tomorrow. By admitting a child, we don't count him and another head and regiment him into a band of alikes, but everything is done with respect to him. He is received, welcomed, cared for, supported, trained, educated, and prepared for challenges of life. Franklin Roosevelt once commented that we can't always build the future of the children, but we can build our children for the future. Our school faculty has been doing their level best for connecting to children on a virtual platform previously at the COVID times. The effort to bring about thematic integration from global perspective, giving our learners the opportunity to explore a diverse range of topics through virtual resources and connecting them more meaningfully, leading to experiential and collaborative learning has been very much visible in our scholastic and post-scholastic endeavors. It has been a great challenge for parents, teachers as well as students. Nevertheless, our ability to take collective action and collaborate with each other has been practically apparent in making them the things running smoothly for the last 2 years. We perpetually anticipate to embark on new formidable challenges and build new structures and practices. I take the opportunity to apprise you all that the school celebrates 41 years of excellence in the field of academics, co-curriculars and sports. 2022 also marks 31 years of spawning more than 90,000 students across the portals of the school. Our students have brought laurels to school by their performances in different activities at state, national and international level. The school's infrastructure boasts of the best possible facilities and human resource. The teacher here is not mere instructor but a transformer, moderator, channelizer, facilitator, collaborator, assessor and a motivator above all. Expansion and excellence are the twin mottos that make us surge ahead to touch pinnacles. The maxims, every child matters, every child is unique, and no child should be left behind, helps us provide exposure, opportunity, leading to holistic development and personality enhancement of every child. The institution marches ahead with a high-tech head and high-touch heart. E-boards in classrooms, e-teaching, e-homework, e-assignments and technology in other areas make education functional and effective. Besides, the human element is inbuilt into the curriculum through projects which hone skill, build right attitude and instill positive qualities. The EDP or the Early Development In-House Program of DAV adopted in the nursery classes is of course a vibrant process of learning which approaches education in a holistic way, allowing the school to develop all areas of the child. It gives the child ample opportunity for expansion, for exploration, communication and experiential learning with stress on enhancing a child's self-esteem and promoting joy of learning. The Barilal DAV Model School is committed to give the best and the most modern education that will spawn dynamic leaders, responsible professionals and above all sensitive human beings. The school is already into implementation of NEP which is being addressed through experiential learning integrated with artificial intelligence, innovative approach, skill-based and inquiry-based pedagogy aligned with sports as well as visual and performing arts. The NEP will achieve its goal only with a synchronized vision and action from all stakeholders. Today, we have the opportunity to try and provide the best possible learning experience to our students. You, dear parents, are the most valued partners and stakeholders in this journey of raising our children together. Your interest, support, cooperation and participation at all levels have a central role to play. The child is neither yours nor ours alone. He is ours to love and nurture together. Ours is this blessed task forever. Let us together, you and us, accomplish this noble task of molding and shaping the future and destiny of our child. Let us strengthen our bonds together through mutual understanding and better rapport. I request you to share areas where you can contribute through ideas and resources. Your valuable suggestions are most sought for. I once again thank our esteemed guest Shweta for sparing precious time from her busy schedule to guide and motivate us. Her words of wisdom will indeed open new vistas and unfurl new horizons. I appreciate the zeal and enthusiasm of all parents who have joined us today to be a part of an enterprising odyssey, a saga of success. Thank you and all the best. I would like to witness a brief school presentation that will highlight the school vision, mission, its activities and outstanding achievements. Thank you everybody.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We must say that 2021-22 has brought a ray of hope of bringing life back to the routine. We feel proud to share that the school continued with learning and activities both during online and offline classes. Here is a report presented by the school's head boy and head girl of the activities and achievements of the year gone by.
Education empowers. This is exactly what the school does for us. Empowers us to be socially, economically and professionally successful in life. Empowers us to be the change and see the change. Empowers us to be sensitive to our environment with a progressive attitude. Empowers us to understand the world around, explore it and learn from it. Empowers us to shape the destiny of our nation.
The school sets new standards, enables the convergence of talent, opportunity, intellect and diligence, empowering us to believe that excellence is not an exception but a prevailing attitude. बहुत छोटा है ए आसमान कर तेरा, तुझसे ऊंची तो मैं अपने सपनों की उड़ान रखता हूँ. Be unique, be different and be successful. Look within, recognize your potential and through the effort and labor, let it sparkle so that it may enkindle the world around.
The efforts of students and teachers have brought in a bag full of reward. At the international front, Aditya has been selected in the Indian team for International Junior Science Olympiad hosted by UAE. He is among 6 students selected among 10,000 students from 65 countries to represent India in IJSO. Sanchi Bansal bagged the first position in the She STEM Insta Reels Challenge launched by the Embassy of Sweden in collaboration with Indian government's flagship scheme Atal Innovation Mission. She was invited to the embassy and presented a tablet. The school has bagged second position in Maths Premier League 2021 conducted by Counting Well app at global level for classes 6th, 7th and 8th. The school is the zonal winner in North Indian category and has received a cash award of Rs 75,000. It is also the highest total scorer in class 6th and highest average scorer in class 6th, 7th and 8th. Samyak Jain and Shaurya Shandilya have received cash awards of Rs 9,000 and Rs 500 respectively for their remarkable performance. Samyak is among the top 3 winners of Counting Well India Maths Day and receives the India Maths Genius Medal along with a 95% scholarship on Counting Well Premier Annual Subscription. Aditya secured rank 1 out of 20,199 students in the Mukhyamantri Vigyan Pratibha Pariksha 2020-21, earlier known as JSTS. Other students who secured commendable ranks are Rishik, rank 13, Sankalp, rank 34, Nalin, rank 80, Ved, rank 87, Riddhi, rank 176, Vansh, rank 254, Dipanshi, rank 255, Punya, rank 303, and Anshul, rank 395. All these students have been awarded a scholarship of Rs 5,000 by the Directorate of Education, Government of NCT, Delhi.
Lavanya secured All India rank 176 in KVPY exam. Priyal Jan bagged the KVPY fellowship twice, both in classes 11th and 12th. Sachi and Lavishka bagged third position and consolation prize in senior and junior categories and were awarded cash prizes of Rs 1500 and Rs 1000 and membership of Hindi Gable Club. Sachi Bansal was selected for finals in Junior Skill Competition by the National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC, in partnership with CBSE.
3 students received international rank 1 in IMO, 1 in NSO, 2 in IIO, and 28 in IOEL. Swarnim Bhardwaj received rank 10 in the primary schools category of the TSL 2021 International Schools Essay Competition. He also represented India at the International Schools Debates. Tisha Dhal secured third place in the senior category of ANASS Akhil Natarajan Antar Sanskritik Sangh World Dancers Online International Dance Contest 2021. Vanshika Roy has been awarded by Ministry of National Education and MHRD, Government of India, for securing A+ rank in National Essay Writing Competition. Twisha secured first position in Ganga Quest, wherein was awarded Rs 2500 by Ministry of Jal Shakti Namami Gange. Swapnil Mehta won High Commendation second rank at QMUN 2021 and received cash award of Rs 500. The story contributed by Arav Gupta was awarded by Scholastic India and selected for publication from Best Stories at national level. Palak, Arnav, Muskan were conferred the Gold Award. 6 students received Silver Award while 15 students received the Bronze Award in Queen's Commonwealth Essay Writing Competition. Gaurika Berry won the EU Film Festival competition and Vedang Malhotra won the EU Blog Writing competition organized by Wise India. The video made by a team of interacts including Pragati from our school bagged first prize in E-Raila. Dhaire won many awards in different competitions. The school Interact Rotary Club won the Best Club Award. Shivan Shah Chawla co-authored an anthology titled Blooming Buds released by Rosewood Publications. The GVC team with students from class 7th to 9th bagged Bronze Award for their website Wellness Mantras in GVC Web Designing Competition organized by Give Something Back International UK.
The activities organized in the school on the occasion of World Kindness Day are featured on UNESCO's MGIEP's World Kindness Day webpage. The school is declared to be a part of UNESCO's global movement on kindness towards creating a more peaceful and sustainable world. Under the aegis of EU Goes to the School project, 20 students from classes 9th to 12th participated in a virtual interaction with DCM of EU delegation in India. Simranjeet received the Star Child Award for being selected in 5 categories in National Children's Day competitions organized by National Center for Educational Development. Arav Gupta, Arsh, Veer, Shaurya and Ananya in the junior group and Sankalp, Harshit and Swayam in the senior group were district level winners of Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan. They qualified for state level participation along with Prisha, Swasti, Shauryabhan, Sipul, and Sumi. Emphasis on sports goes unabated. Devansh Verma won a gold and a bronze medal in Delhi State Archery competition at sub-junior and mini categories.
Aradhya Dhingra secured first position while Sampan Bansal bagged third position in Stag Delhi State Table Tennis Championship 2021 under 11 girls and under 15 boys respectively and have qualified for the national team. Aradhya has been selected to represent Delhi State Table Tennis Association in the forthcoming UTT 38 Cadet and Sub-Junior Table Tennis National Championship in Indore. Paki Garg received the Best Performer Award and Parth Garg secured first position in Inter-DAV Yoga Championship. Swasti Sharma has been selected for International Online Fencing Camp organized by Kazian Academy and Delhi Association of Fencing. Students have participated in a number of inter-school competitions and added feathers to the school cap by bagging a considerable number of prizes. The school under-19 girls table tennis team won the first position in zonal TT tournament. Udiksha and Sampan both are selected for interzonal tournament.
Let ideas open up knotted brains and let creativity take a new dimension. Let's tinker, ignite and unravel a brave new world built beyond imagination.
Artificial intelligence is perhaps the most striking breakthrough in the field of technology and is a growing area of interest for the future of work. Not only has it opened new avenues of learning, discovery, integrated study of different subjects, but also has embedded essential skills, applications, concepts, and tools like coding, design thinking, emerging technologies to trigger creativity and innovation.
Through the ATL movement, the school has become the launchpad for a number of research-based innovation projects. The school has created a workspace and an environment conducive to giving shape to ideas through hands-on, do-it-yourself mode and learn innovation skills.
By organizing tech-oriented events, assigning text-based projects, launching Neoteric Innovators Club, empowering teachers by providing continuous hand-holding and support to encourage tinkering, and by innumerable tinkering activities, the school has sealed a bright, scientific and innovative future of the students.
The efforts and initiatives of the school in the field of IT have received much acclaim and recognition.
Arjun Manocha receives a cash award of Rs 1 lakh for securing rank 1 on Code to Win National Coding Competition 2021. Earlier, Arav, Arjun, Avika and Vanya qualified with the scholarships for the national round. Sanchi Bansal was selected for building AI Readiness Bootcamp organized by CBSE in collaboration with Intel. She was awarded the Excellent Engineering Design Process Award for Soft Robotics Toolkit. She was awarded first position in Sultan Chand Hackathon with 100% scholarship hosted by Sri Sultan Chand Trust. The IT Wizard has also been announced the winner of My Act for the Earth contest hosted by the Led Z World.
Arushi Garg participated in internship program by IBM in collaboration with CBSE for IBM Enabled Seva project. 2 school teams were among top 300 teams in ATL Marathon, under which Samya Bhardwaj, Piyush Kapoor and Vanshika Roy were selected to participate in ATL Students Internship Program, powered by IBM, Atal Innovation Mission and Niti Aayog. 8 students of the school have been selected for the final round of International STEM Tinkering Olympiad. 10 students received kits worth Rs 5,000 each in soft robotics in association with an international collaborative project with Harvard School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Mrs. Charu Dhodi and Mr. Rohit Puri received appreciation awards worth rupees 13,000 each.
Gautam Gupta and Swasti Sharma were shortlisted for the AI Challenge of the Year by AI student community of CBSE and Intel. Sachi Bansal and Advait Goyal have been selected by Avishkar to make their own YouTube series and be a part of exciting projects under the Young Ambassador program. They will receive gift vouchers of rupees 2,000 each as motivation. Advait Goyal has received a robotics kit worth rupees 10,000 and Sachi has received a telescope. Swasti Sharma secured 6th rank in National Entrepreneurship Olympiad conducted by IIT Bombay. She also bagged 2nd rank in National All-Rounder Championship by KIDX in association with Niti Aayog and AIM. Hiza and Mehul bagged cash prize of rupees 1,500 each and Shivansh received a Star Participant Award.
5 students participated in a quiz sponsored by OAC Learning Studio during event Chemistic of DigiX 2021 conducted by DPS Arkepuram. Shivansh received cash voucher worth rupees 20,000, Ishan Gupta rupees 15,000, Sarthak, Ansh and Akriti rupees 10,000 each. 2 teams from the school were amongst the top 5 winners in IIU Satwa, a global STG project competition participated by 175 schools from 15 countries. All participants were awarded scholarship of rupees 5,000 each. 3 projects submitted by young innovators have qualified the first phase of Toycathon under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan by Honorable Prime Minister for CBSE schools.
Arjun Manucha bagged first prize in hackathon and second runner-up's position under RIC League. He was awarded cash prizes of rupees 5,000 and rupees 3,000. He was selected as grand prize winner of Innovator of the Month award hosted by Avishkar and received a 3D pen and scholarship worth rupees 1,000 and coding course worth rupees 6,000. Sachi Bansal and Swasti Sharma were selected among top 500 teams in an TL Thinkerpreneur Bootcamp. Kanika Alawat got an opportunity to participate in 5 days AI Bootcamp of Codever. She also qualified round 3 of CBSE Junior Skills Competition.
DAV Pitampura is not just an institution. It is an experience where everyone associated is part of a dream, a mission to see that truly great leaders are born. The saga of the school is a saga of unparalleled success.
The blazing trail of achievers in multifarious realms, the role of honor in board examinations, and the prestigious placements reinforce our confidence that the school has translated the dreams of our founder stalwarts into reality.
Let us continue in our odyssey for excellence. Let us be persistent in our pursuits. Let us exert our talents and distinguish ourselves. Let us scale the highest summits of glory. The land has been the legacy we cultivate and reap.
The life has been the heritage our founders strove to keep, and we are bound throughout our time with those who came before to put our hearts and soul to it and make it something more.
Enlighten, enable, empower. Schooling is synonymous with discovery, growth, and an organic whole of curricular and co-curricular activities and events, teeming with opportunity, prospect, and potential. All these occasions stimulate apparently ordinary children to unusual effort.
Just when the caterpillar thought the world was ending, he turned into a butterfly. A plethora of co-scholastic events develop among us a spirit of bonhomie, enhances our confidence level, and above all, draws cautious caterpillars out of their cocoons to transform us into vibrant butterflies.
The magic of school life is indeed an amalgam of phantasmagoria that unravels year after year. ever new and compelling. It is this which gives a spring to our steps and pushes us into unexplored pastures and exciting realms.
We present before you a brief synopsis of another eventful year, the compendium of experiences staggered across the school calendar.
School celebrated Arohan, Manik Jayanti Samaroh, an annual prize distribution ceremony 2020-21 on a virtual platform. Ullas Utsav, a festival of joy, celebrating the potential of every child, organized virtually, was a thumping success.
School welcomed its new chairman, Professor Ved Prakash, to the premises on the occasion of Abhinandan Samaroh. He inspired the 200 above staff with his illuminating address. The school organized its annual event online, Crossroads 2021, an array of inter-school competitions. Around 1,200 students from 72 schools participated in the 15 subject-related competitions. It has also organized Creative 2021, online inter-school German competitions, in collaboration with Goethe Institute, Max Muller Bhavan. Around 500 students from 79 schools from India and abroad participated in the grand event.
The annual extravaganza Expo 2021 for classes 7th to 10th and the Cambridge wing, conducted on a virtual platform, was a kaleidoscope of talent, creativity, innovation, and knowledge.
A number of activities have been conducted under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, an initiative of the Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of progressive India and the glorious history of its people, culture, and achievements. Virtual project exhibition, Tech Spectacle, a boulevard of erudition, was greatly appreciated by school chairman Professor Ved Prakash and Dr. Biswajit Saha, Director, Training and Skill Education, CBSE. The students of Neoteric Innovators Club exhibited their technical as well as innovation skills while demonstrating their exhibits based on different technologies like robotics, artificial intelligence, etc. Summer robotics and AI camps have been regularly organized in collaboration with Avishkar Box and STEM Robo Technologies. The camp combines fun with the opportunity for students to build and engineer robots while learning AI, coding, and machine learning.
The Arya Yuva Club, Health and Wellness Club, Finlet Club, Global Watch Club, Parya Vision Club, Inquisitive Club, Neoteric Innovators Club, Cyberite Club conducted the induction ceremony where the team of club council members pledged to help manifest the objective of the club. Students of batch 2020 to 21 were given a fond farewell at virtual level. The occasion, which made every student feel special, was the first of its kind in school. The Teachers' Day celebration, a grand affair, was attended by the entire staff in the school auditorium. The staff and students bid an overwhelming farewell to the teachers on teacher retirement ceremonies conducted both offline and online.
Career Fair Confluence was an online event for students of classes 10th and 12th, parents and teachers. Eminent counselor CEO CCD enlightened the students on making the right choice and guided them on new and emerging careers. Stories from Panchatantra, from the life of Veer Shivaji, and other themes were the basis of virtual class presentations of classes 4th to 6th on Ensemble 2021. Another fruitful event for the same classes was Readaholic, a virtual group of activities planned to promote the habit of reading among children. Spectrum 2021, a platform to showcase student talent, creativity, and imagination, was organized for students of class 11th through presentations on diverse subjects. A similar event, Chrysalis, was held for the tiny tots of nursery classes at TP Block, which also hosted a variety of exciting and engaging activities round the clock throughout the year. Observation of International Yoga Day, Sportsmania, aerobics, meditation drew an overwhelming response of children and parents alike. The school successfully organized celebration of investiture ceremony, Independence Day, DAVMUN, Prastantia, Cyber Week, Meet My Mentor activity, Rotary installation ceremony, Thalassemia awareness talk, besides a host of other activities. ESAS. The school's service to society programs reflect its spirit to serve the society. Collection of waste paper, woolens, recycling of paper, distribution of recycled copies to underprivileged, collection of rotis for Roti Bank. These activities have continued even in the pandemic period.
My school draws inspiration from this poem by a child which emphasizes upon the responsibility of the school to allow every child to grow into his fullness.
Nothing is as valuable as a child's life for my school, and nothing as precious as his future. My school strongly believes that we are born to win and ensures that we win.
I am a child. All the world waits for my coming. All the earth watches with interest to see what I shall become. The future hangs in the balance, for what I am, the world of tomorrow will be. I am a child. You hold in your hand my destiny. You determine, largely, whether I shall succeed or fail. Give me, I pray you, those things that make for happiness. Train me, I urge you, that I may be a blessing to the world. Thank you.
I'm sure you will appreciate the school's efforts. We now bring before you a presentation to give you a bird's eye view of the innumerable activities, the ample facilities, as well as the throbbing life at TP Block.
DLDAV Pitampura is about the spirit, morals, and ethics of life. The spirit that makes human beings humane, pervades the school, and guides the students in their aspirations and goals. Look up and aim high. The school urges the children to do something worthwhile in life. Backed by an invigorating atmosphere, global creative curriculum, first-class facilities, collaborative culture, the school equips the students to face future challenges. The school celebrates 42 years of excellence. It is not merely a name, but a domain, an academic brand, an organization that feels and dreams, thinks and delivers. It has a genuine identity and panache, longevity and experience, history and heritage. It is an attitude and a way of life people identify with and have trust in. By judicially capitalizing on skills and experiences gathered over the years, it is an enviable cornucopia heralding a new benchmark. The pursuit of excellence in all its myriad dimensions is a relentless passion at the school. The school's apex body, the DAV organization, is the biggest stakeholder in academic management in India, which plays a stellar role in rejuvenating the youth of the country. It is spearheaded by the dynamic Shri Poonam Suri ji, who is the alchemist of the organization and the inspiration behind crafting of a global niche. The chairman of the school, Professor Ved Prakash, former chairman, University Grants Commission, MHRD, is an educationist with a futuristic vision. Mrs. Adarsh Kohli, manager of the school, guides us by her experience and expertise. Principal Mrs. Anita Vadera visualizes a school that encourages children to bring out their best and promotes all-round development. Her love for children knows no bounds, and she is constantly working upon plans and strategies to ensure that the tiny tots grow up in a home away from home. The Junior Wing at TP Block is a wonderland of learning that initiates children into the first step of knowledge. It instills and sustains in them curiosity and passion to have a quest of learning and zeal for life, always. In its quest to foster the all-round personality of a child, the school undertakes various endeavors and activities and has ventured a number of initiatives. The aim is to develop an integrated life, strengthen character, and inculcate sensitivity towards society. A gamut of co-curricular activities along with celebration of festivals, significant days, kids' carnival, and special assemblies has been sprinkled across the session in order to hone students' skills and tap their innate potential. The EEDP, Early Education Development Program, Playway and Activity Approach have been adopted with the goal of providing a stimulating play environment leading to the holistic development of the child. It is through play that a child learns responsibility, creativity, and problem-solving skills. It allows flexibility of renewal and upgradation and has been designed in keeping with the learner's needs in mind. It helps the child discover himself and his environment through exploration and discovery. The Cambridge wing of the school, affiliated with Cambridge Assessment International Education, is a gateway to a learning community. Participation in global learning activities through various initiatives aims at uncompromising commitment towards holistic development of students and grooming ethical global citizens. Mrs. Simi Mahajan, the supervisory head of the wing, supports the school vision by constantly coaching, resolving issues, and serving as a link between school, parents, and the management. She is backed by a team of trained, experienced, committed, and dedicated teaching faculty. We are glad to promulgate that online learning has been a panacea in the time of global crisis caused due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We have been able to conduct 2 successful batches and have now come up with a new hybrid model of education that will surely emerge with significant benefits. We believe that the integration of information technology in education will be further accelerated and that online education will eventually become an integral component of school education. This online school is future ready. Right from its inception to now, the institution has marched forward to spread the light of education and pave the path of holistic education of every student. The key focus areas continue to remain creating opportunities, challenging minds, encouraging innovation, and sustaining excitement. During this period, education changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning. We incorporated the use of apps such as live worksheets, wheel of names, Flipgrid, quizzes, Kahoot, Jamboard, Neopod, ClassKick, and many more. Initially, the majority of the parents averted to attending online classes for their children. They were apprehensive about the grasp of concepts by the children. But very soon, they were able to kindle their trust in us again when they noticed a remarkable positive change in their wards. Students were made competent enough to use the educational apps independently. All the classes were divided into 2 separate batches in order to provide individual attention to the child, which was highly appreciated by the parents. In spite of this scenario, all the co-curricular activities were carried on as per school calendar. The response of the parents and the students was overwhelming. Various shows like puppet show, magic show, fruit show, vegetable show, and health show were held even during the online classes. Havan was performed virtually, where the students actively participated amidst chanting of Vedic mantras and slokas. To promote healthy eating habits, flavorsome Fridays were kept for virtual sharing of food. Under adopted child policy, teachers virtually called students on Saturdays who needed more attention and gave them extra coaching. Their efforts have paid rich dividends. Helen O'Grady Performing Art helped enhancing the oratory skills of children. Primary Plus magazine was provided for classes pre-primary and class 1 to enhance their reading skills, vocabulary and mental abilities. Various activities were taken up using Jamboard during the virtual classes. Health and life skill clubs were initiated to bring about the upward trend amongst our children. Parents volunteered to take up sessions during online classes under Parents Club with the activities of their specialization, acting a mentor to all the students. They made the classes interactive and fun-filled. Significant days like Republic Day, Independence Day and Gandhi Jayanti were celebrated to develop the spirit of patriotism and love for motherland. Various days like Children's Day, Earth Day, World Heritage Day, World Book Day, Mother's Day, Yellow Day, World Literacy Day, World Food Day and Teachers' Day added zest to the school routine. Celebrations of festivals like Janmashtami, Dasehra, Deepavali, Christmas and Shraddhanand Divas enabled the students to know about their culture and traditions. Various activities like fancy dress, English and Hindi poem recitation, story narration, show and tell, ad mania, master chef, salad making, help us show and spell bee help to promote innovation, creativity and healthy competition. The euphoric journey of Chrysalis, a profusion of ecstasy, was organized on the virtual rostrum. Through this grandiloquent episode, our Bambini of Class 1, Pre-Primary and Nursery showcased their theatrical skills with lots of exuberance and innocence. Newsomatic provided high-interest, non-fiction stories by the students and for the students to keep them reading every day for building the key literacy skills for academic success. Virtual Grandparents' Day was celebrated where grandparents participated in different activities like singing, dancing, storytelling, etc. Children also participated in various inter-school activities like fancy dress, poem recitation, story narration, ramp walk, solo dance and others. They have brought glory to school by their commendable performances and by bagging several awards. On Hindi Divas, the children participated in Hindi recitation activity with full enthusiasm. National Mathematics Day was celebrated to pay tribute to a great mathematician, Srinivas Ramanujan. Various brain juggling activities like Mathabola, Frolic with birthday dates, Fire in the Mountain and Mathmania were held using online apps. Grooming sessions were conducted where children learned buttoning of shirts, table manners and gift packing. It was a joyful as well as essential learning for our little wonders. Under the aegis of Inquisitive Club, GK quiz was organized. Little minds ignited with wit, sharpness and knowledge gave a splendid performance. The quiz was held using Google Form. Various Olympiads like IMO, NSO and WISE were conducted for Class 1 students to enhance their problem-solving skills. Sports is an integral part of the curriculum. Fun activities were organized virtually in sports classes with special emphasis on development of hand and eye coordination and inculcation of team spirit, sportsmanship, and leadership qualities. Many physical activities were conducted under Fit India movement program as well. Zumba and aerobics exercises were also taken up. Children performed numerous asanas like Surya Namaskar, Pranayam, etc. In light of a steady decline in COVID-19 cases, the Delhi government and DDMA allowed to reopen schools for offline classes. The school decided to open offline physical classes for students of classes nursery to 1 from 14th February 2022. After a long time, there was a sense of optimism and we were able to spend the remaining days of the session in our classrooms. The charm of a physical class where we get to interact and share our experiences in a free, uninhibited manner is completely unmatchable. We proudly could bring back the smiles, cheer, and joy as kids returned to school. The school continues to stand tall in its commitment to deliver quality education through high standards of pedagogy and creating an environment where the tiny tots are effortlessly ushered through an engaging education, amassed with energy and edutainment. Once again, the DAV fraternity welcomes all the children with open arms and promises to turn their lives into a rich tapestry, one that you and all of us would be proud of. Let's soar above the mountains and dance beneath the stars. Live the life we are made for, not just hanging out in cars. We are made for greater things. Not all will understand. The chance to touch the future and to hold her in your hand. Some things are left to dreams and wishes in your heart. Yet, knowing there is something bigger, that we are all a part. So, let the dream continue and kindle well the fire to push us on towards greatness that we all should aspire. Thank you.
Thanks for watching the presentation. You must have got to know by now that whatever platform we followed, we kept marching ahead under the leadership of our venerated principal ma'am. Now let us listen to the enlightening words of our motivational speaker, Dr. Shweta Wadhwa, and try to assimilate from her knowledge and experiences. Before she begins, let me inform you that during her live address, you may post your queries in the YouTube comment box. She will try to address as many as possible. Over to you, Dr. Shweta.
Am I audible? A very good morning to all of you. I just want to know, is my screen visible?
Yes, Dr. Shweta, it's visible.
All right, thank you so much. A very good morning to all the lovely parents. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks to our respected principal ma'am, in charge ma'am, Simi ma'am, and all the teachers for giving me this opportunity wherein I can share all my thoughts with you all. So we are here for this beautiful induction program of our little ones. And before I begin, I would just like to congratulate that it was a wonderful presentation, a wonderful performance by all the teachers and the students. So a big round of applause for everyone. Okay, so now for this purpose that we are here for this induction program. So this is the first encounter of all you parents. And when your child is actually going to the school after this long pandemic time of 2 years, where we were expecting the kids to play a lot, to enjoy, to go to the play school, have a wonderful time, but kids were really bound to the home environment only. So this time where the schools are now finally opening, we can see that the cases are going down. It's a wonderful time for the kids to just come out of their those homes and encounter the school, be with the friends, do a lot of variety of things, and with this they are going to be a wonderful human being. I can understand that after this time, the anxiety, there is so much of anxiety in the parents that finally the kids are going to school. But since abhi tak bacche itne samay se they were just at home, most of them were, little dependent on the parents also. So now how are they going to manage themselves in the school? But let me tell you, the teachers here are so welcoming that they are going to create a wonderful environment for the kids. That comfort zone they are going to provide to the kids, that they can settle themselves very, very easily. Okay. So now something for which we are here is, I'm going to discuss a little bit about the positive parenting. So now parenting doesn't really mean that, we have given the birth to the child, we've given some basic requirements to the child, and the child is big enough now and things are done. No, you need to support your child physically. You need to support your child mentally. You need to support your child socially in every sphere of life. Every sphere of life. So, like Principal Ma'am in her address note, she clearly mentioned that the school years are the foundation years of the child's life, and they play a very crucial role. So for this foundation time, the kids, they are really dependent on two strong pillars of their life. One, the parents, the other, the teachers. These two pillars needs to be very strong. They should go hand in hand so that the child can do wonderful in life. So this is the very crucial time. The foundation needs to be very strong, very positive, very energetic, and very pure. So when we say that, when do we need to start the parenting? Abhi to bachcha chota hai, we can teach something a little later to the child. No. Just 1 second, please. Some glitch happening. Yes, please. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry for this little hindrance in between. Okay, so we need to know that when do we need to start this parenting? The parenting actually starts right at the beginning. When you know that the child is born, you have to start few things right at that minute, right at that moment. You don't have to wait that the child is going to be 4 years or 5 years, then I'm going to introduce some rules to the child. You shouldn't be doing that, because then suddenly the child will think, now what really happened? What was it that made my mama, my papa, the teachers, that they are bounding me under some rules? Why are they doing this? Okay, so you have to start teaching them few practicalities of life right from the beginning. Okay, since we are discussing parenting, so there are basically 4 parenting styles. But out of these 4, when I say what is the best and the most effective parenting style, that is the authoritative parenting style. So, what is authoritative parenting style? Authoritative parenting style is basically a balanced parenting style, wherein sometimes the parent is trying to tell you what really you need to do. The parent is trying to tell the child, and sometimes the child is actually telling the parent that I want to do this. So it's a perfect balance. It's a perfect balance wherein nobody is dominating over each other, but we are trying to create that harmony. We are trying to create that balance that both of them can put their words in front of each other, and they can uh, easily go hand in hand. Wherein, when I talk about the other 3 parenting styles, that is the authoritarian, wherein only the parent is, dominating, that whatever I am telling you is correct. No, we should always give the kids that. We should always give the kids the opportunity to express their thoughts, right? Then permissive, when every time the parents are giving the permission to the child that whatever you want to do, you can do. I am not going to tell you anything because I'm a nice parent. No, you cannot do that every time. And the last one is the uninvolved parenting, wherein the parents are least bothered whatever the child is doing. You are not involved in their learning process. Okay, so out of these 4, like I said, the authoritative parenting style is the best parenting style. Okay, so now the 3 P's of parenting. What are the 3 P's of parenting? The first one is the performance. Now, all of us are actually doing everything for the performance, here when we are doing this induction program, so we are trying to tell that this is what was our performance. We are trying to tell you that if the child is coming to the school, we are doing so much nice to the child, and the child is actually going to learn beautiful things. Similarly, when we talk about the parenting, जब हम parenting की बात कर रहे हैं, तो वहां पर हम ultimately चाइल्ड की परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में बहुत बार सोचते हैं दैट व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द परफॉर्मेंस. हम अगर द चाइल्ड इज ईदर परफॉर्मिंग नाइस इन द स्कूल, द चाइल्ड इज परफॉर्मिंग गुड इन द प्ले क्लास, द चाइल्ड इज डूइंग गुड इन देयर सोशल गैदरिंग्स, वो कैसा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. बट व्हाट इज द ग्राउंड्स ऑफ दैट परफॉर्मेंस? The grounds of the performance is something actually that how we have delivered things to them. The performance is directly based on that only. What all we have delivered, what all we have thought as a parent. Charity always begins at home. So we cannot expect everything from outside that the child is going to learn. No, we should always, the first duty is of the parent to teach a lot of things to the child. So the performance is directly based on what we have delivered. The second one is being practical. So in parenting, you cannot just go with specific thumb rules. You cannot just have thumb rules that ye hua to ye karna hai, ye hua to ye karna hai. No, you have to be practical. You have to analyze that situation, what really happened in that moment, and how am I supposed to react to the child's either questions or their actions, what all they want from us. हमें उस समय पे कैसे react करना है. That is what is being practical. You cannot compare 2 kids. You cannot have the comparison. You have to be practical that this is my child. My child is very good at this particular thing. Maybe academics, maybe sports, maybe arts, maybe cooking, maybe something else. So you're being practical. You never want your child to be just good at one specific sphere of life. So be practical. And the last and the most important is being patient. Now, in this stressful time, when this COVID thing was going on, a lot of work from home things were going. Kids were not going out; they were just spending time at home only. So the patients have become less. The stress is going on, and the patients have become less. So how are we going to manage these patients? That is the most important thing that we should be looking for. And because of this patience going down, kids are going on to showing a lot of behaviors. And that behavior management sometimes become difficult for the parents. And that ultimately leads to maybe scolding of the child becoming, in that sense that why mommy, papa are doing this, why they're not listening to me, why they're just busy in their laptops. Because हमारा patience ऐसा हो गया है that हम बच्चों के साथ involved नहीं हो पा रहे हैं. We have got our own pressures, and but ultimately we need to increase our patience. We need to increase that everything is going to go good, which is going good now. But taking this patience to a little more further, that how, because of decreasing patience, there are a lot of behaviors happening in the kids. So what really behavior mean? Behavior is something, any action that you see. So for example, if I'm sitting here and I'm speaking, that is a behavior. If you see a child running here and there, that's a behavior. If you see a child writing, that's a behavior. If you see a child hitting the other child, that's a behavior, right? But that's just a behavior. We need to understand why behaviors are happening. What really made child do that specific behavior? So this is one of the most important thing that we see here is just the tip of the iceberg. We only see that the child is running. We only see that the child is hitting. We only see that the child is crying. But what really made child to do all those things? What was the reason why the child was running? What was the reason why the child was hitting the other child? The child was crying. So all those reasons we need to figure out. If we figure out the reasons for that behavior, there you go. That is what we really need to understand right now. And for that, there is one specific small basic funda to understand. ABC rule, where B is the behavior that you see. A is the antecedent. Antecedent means उस behavior को cause करने का कारण. What was the reason why this behavior really happened? And the last one is C. C means the consequence. जब वो behavior आया तो उसकी वजह से क्या हुआ? Right? So let me put up a small example for you all. For example, if we see a small newborn child crying, so that crying is a behavior that you all see. Now, in that crying, we need to figure out why the child is crying, which means हम ये जानने की कोशिश करेंगे what is the antecedent for that crying behavior. So maybe baby का nappy is wet, maybe the child is hungry, maybe the child is sleepy, maybe उसके stomach में pain है. Usually these four reasons we'll try to figure out. So for instance, the child is hungry. You fed the child. So now what do we see as a consequence? That this behavior, which is crying, has gone down and there is no crying, the crying has stopped. So that is the consequence. This is what we saw. Similarly, for every behavior that you see a child is performing, you need to figure out what is the antecedent of that behavior and then what is going to be the consequence. For example, अगर हमने बोला that there is one child who is crying. अगर हम एक 3 years, 4 years के बच्चे की बात करें, the child is crying. We went back and tried to figure out what was the antecedent. We maybe figured out that the child wanted to see the television or wanted the screen in any ways, maybe the mobile phone. Now you do not want the child to see the phone. So what is going to be the consequence of that? Either the child is going to throw a lot of tantrums, वो चिल्लाएगा, वो आप उसको स्कोल्ड कर सकते हैं, ऐसे वाले कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हो सकते हैं. बट अल्टीमेटली हमारा फाइनल एंड प्रोडक्ट तो कुछ नहीं निकला. या तो हमने रो लिया या हमने बच्चे को डांट दिया. बट वी नीड टू फिगर आउट दैट हाउ यू कैन मेक दोज एंटीसीडेंट्स गो डाउन. There is another example. Let's say that why the child is not writing in the class. This is what we see as a behavior that बच्चा class में लिख नहीं रहा है. So now we went back and we are trying to figure out the antecedents. It's not always that बच्चा लिखना नहीं चाहता है. हमेशा ऐसा नहीं होता है. समटाइम्स वी से दैट बच्चा मूडी है, बच्चा लिख नहीं रहा है, वो लिखता ही नहीं है क्लास में. बट क्या हमने पीछे जाकर के ये समझने की कोशिश करी व्हाई द चाइल्ड इज नॉट राइटिंग? मे बी शायद हमने उसको प्रैक्टिस ही नहीं दी. मे बी वो हाथ से पकड़ नहीं सकता है पेंसिल को अच्छे से. मे बी उसके हैंड मसल्स इतने वीक हैं, शायद वो अच्छे से काम कर ही नहीं सकता, उसका हाथ जल्दी थक जाता है. मे बी उसको बोर्ड को देखने में दिक्कत होती है, इसकी वजह से वो नहीं लिख रहा है. Maybe the child posture is one of the important things because of which the handwriting gets impacted. So maybe उस बच्चे का posture अच्छा नहीं है जिसकी वजह से वो लिख नहीं रहा है. So there are so many things that are the antecedent to this not writing behavior. We need to work on those behaviors and ultimately हमारा जो behavior है वो कम हो जाएगा. So अगर आप उसकी हैंड मसल्स को स्ट्रॉन्ग कर देंगे तो उसका राइटिंग का बिहेवियर बेटर हो जाएगा. द चाइल्ड विल स्टार्ट राइटिंग. अगर आप उसको चश्मा लगवा देंगे मे बी बिकॉज उसकी आई पावर हाई है और उसको ब्लैक बोर्ड नहीं दिखता है, तो वो राइटिंग अच्छी करने लगेगा, तो उसका ये राइटिंग का बिहेवियर जो नहीं लिख रहा था वो गो डाउन हो जाएगा. So similarly, this is one of the thumb rule to behavior, that why the behavior is happening, what is going to be the consequence, ये हमें समझना जरूरी है. तभी आप बिहेवियर मैनेजमेंट पे जा सकते हैं. सो जब हमें बिहेवियर मैनेजमेंट पे जाना है तो हम आगे क्या करेंगे? 1, you can have the reward chart for the kids. Now reward charts means that you can have small stars, smileys, happy face. Sometimes when the child is not performing, you can have a sad face also for the child to make the child understand that right now mama papa are happy, right now mama papa are not happy. Okay, but make sure your rewards should always be socially, not materialistic, which means आपने ये काम अच्छा किया, आपने आज टीवी नहीं देखा तो मैं आपको मार्केट से टॉय लेकर के दूंगा या दूंगी. नो, दैट इज नॉट द वे ऑफ रिवॉर्डिंग अ चाइल्ड. अगर आपने आज 10 minutes के लिए टेलीविजन देखा rather than 20 minutes, then I'm going to tell Nani, Nanu, school ma'am, everybody, they are going to clap for you. That is how you have to motivate your child. That is how you are giving the rewards. So the child would understand that मेरे ये काम कम करने से मुझे सबका appreciation मिलता है. So anyways, the child, everybody wants motivation. I want motivation. You want motivation. Kids also want motivation. So if you are providing them the motivation the right way, they will start doing those behaviors which are not acceptable less, and they will start doing those behaviors more which you really want. Okay, so that is how you can reward the child. Consistency. If you have started something, be consistent on it. For example, if you want that after every play your child should be winding up the toys, be consistent towards it. हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं that let's be the part of that winding up process. Maybe the child is learning at that moment. He or she is in the learning phase that मुझे wind up कैसे करना है. So you be a part of that learning process, but be consistent कि हम करेंगे, हम साथ में मिल के करेंगे. Consistency is very important. If आपने आज करवाया, कल छोड़ दिया, day after करवाया, फिर छोड़ दिया, that's not consistency. This is not how the child is going to learn. One of the very important but a little difficult one is to use positive language. Why am I saying a little difficult? Because हम लोग का routine language ऐसा नहीं होता. We always tend to use a lot of no's in our daily language. For example, ये नहीं करो, ये क्यों किया, फेंकना नहीं है, मारना नहीं है, भागना नहीं है. Rather than using these nahi nahi nahi, no 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 wale words, we should always be using what a child is supposed to do. That is what is positive. For example, if I want a child not to hit anyone, I would use baby hum sabko pyar karte hain. Okay, if I want a child not to run in the class, I would use we need to sit in the class. हम बैठ के बात सुनते हैं. Okay, if I want a child, for example, not to go on the bed with slippers, I would not say chappal lekar ke nahi jate hain. I would say shoes remove karke jate hain. So that is what positivity means. So every time you are trying to tell the child what the child is supposed to do, slowly and gradually, when I am listening all the do's and do's and do's, it's going to be feeded here. It's going to get feed here. जब सब कुछ यहाँ पे feed हो जाएगा तो automatically मेरा brain उसी तरीके से काम करने लगेगा that what am I supposed to do, and you're trying to manage the things. Have short and simple rules. Short, simple. You are not supposed to impose big rules for the kids. Simple rules. सोने से पहले brush करेंगे. Always need to pack your bag before going to the school. हम pack करेंगे. But like I said earlier, be a part of that process. Be a part of that rule following. अगर आप नहीं कर रहे हैं and you are just telling the child that हमने brush जरूर करना है सोने से पहले, but मम्मा आप तो नहीं करते हो, पापा आप तो नहीं करते हो. You have to be role models for your kids that हमें ये काम करना है. अगर हम एक रूल बना रहे हैं तो वो रूल हम भी फॉलो करेंगे. That is very important. We are always the role model for the kids. Whatever the kids see that mama papa are doing at home, the teachers are doing at school, they are going to follow the same thing, right? So that is how you can manage the behavior. Then is quality time. Kids, sometimes we have seen that kids do behaviors just to seek attention, right? So for example, I am shouting and I'm jumping from one sofa to the other sofa only because that I want my mom's or my father's attention, right? लेकिन अगर मैं उनको वो attention अपने आप से दे दूं, for example, if I want that I am trying to spend a nice quality time with the child. हम उनको everyday park लेकर के जा रहे हैं. हम घर पे सोने से पहले 10-15 minutes का we have a family circle going on wherein we are playing maybe carom, or we are just sitting and talking about how was your day, what are you going to do tomorrow, something special going to go. कुछ भी इस तरीके का जब हमें quality time, and yes, of course, you should be having your at least one meal together. One family meal is mandatory. Mornings maybe not possible, afternoon maybe not possible, but try that you can have your at least dinner time as a family dinner. So this is how you can have your quality time with the kids, and then they will not seek your attention the way they try to seek attention by showing a lot of tantrums and a lot of behaviors. Okay, solve query. So just one note that a 4-year-old, tentative 3 to 4-year-old child can ask approximately 300 questions per day. So you need to solve their queries. अगर आप उनके queries को solve नहीं करेंगे, अगर आप बोलेंगे बाद में बताता हूँ, अभी time नहीं है, थोड़ी देर रुक जाओ बेटा, मुझे ये काम करने दो, फिर आपसे बात करते हैं. They will try that उनकी queries कहीं और से solve हो. Then they will definitely throw tantrums that मम्मी पापा बात सुनते ही नहीं है. मैं क्यों बात सुनूं? So if you want them to listen, you have to listen. Sorry. Whenever a behavior happens, sorry हम expect करते हैं बच्चों से, but क्या हम उनको sorry बोल के बताते हैं? So the sorry needs to go from both the ends. Whenever we are at fault, we should always say sorry. Whenever they are at fault, only then they will come up and say sorry because they've heard us saying sorry. So it's a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing wherein both of us needs to do this. So this is the reward chart. Like I told you that we can have a lot of stars and smiley faces. Okay, don'ts, I have already discussed that you should not be using no words, always do use the positive language with the kids. Please try and avoid the screen times. Due to this pandemic, kids were at home. I understand that they have been exposed to screens a lot, but now try and reduce the screen time. Do not quickly go and ask the screen band. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. If the child is taking the screen for 30 minutes a day, you go on to 25 minutes a day. Then you go on to 20 minutes a day. Do it gradual. The process needs to be gradual for the kids. Up suddenly कोई काम नहीं कर सकते. Suddenly we also cannot adapt to a situation. They are kids. They need to adapt to the situations, but in a healthy way. So do not do suddenly. Always make up things gradual for the kids. Please do not compare. Do not ignore. So like I said, that if you can solve the query, which means you should not be ignoring the kids. अगर उनकी कोई query आई है और for any XYZ reason, you are not able to solve that query at that specific moment, please do not ignore कि छोड़ो कोई बात नहीं. Go back to the child, sit with them, tell them that बेटा आप उस समय पूछ रहे थे, I was really busy, अब हम बात करें. So this, when you are addressing something like this, the child will understand that yes, सच में मम्मा या पापा उस समय पे busy थे, इसलिए वो बात नहीं कर पाए. Next time they are going to understand that why that happened. अगर उन्होंने अभी आंसर नहीं दिया है, for sure little later they are going to come back to me and answer. So that is going to build that trust also. Few basic habits that all of us now, since the schools are beginning, so we need to have a specific routine. Even on the weekends, please do not break the routine, because once the routine breaks, it becomes difficult for the child to get back to the routine again and again. Have a healthy habit of sharing. Mama, Papa, baby, hum log saath mein hai. So thoda sa mama is going to share with the baby. The baby is also going to share with mama. Then baby is going to share with papa. Papa is going to share with baby. So that is how you can develop that sharing inside the home. And then once the kids are going to school, the teachers are going to take this habit even further forward. Self-feeding. Since the kids are in the formal schooling, so please, you have still time, start making small bites and tell them that you need to pick up, put it in your mouth. Then roti todna kaise karna hai, धीरे धीरे करके ये चीजें you need to tell the child. Trolley training is again an important part, though. There are, since the kids are going to the school, for the first time, the school teachers are going to take care about everything, but still, if we can try and train them from home, it'll be easy for them to get adjusted. Hand washing before and after meal is very important. And yes, one of the most important thing is wearing the mask. Now, I would quickly like to touch few activities that you can do at home, which will help kids in their, hand strengthening, which further we need for the handwriting. For some quick things for their oral things, because sometimes हमारा speech delay होता है या हमारे clarity of words नहीं आते हैं. So we need to have strong facial muscles. We need to have strong bilateral coordination, which means that हमारे दोनों sides आपस में coordinated तरीके से काम करने चाहिए. Though when the kids are going to go to school, you've seen in the presentation that school teachers are doing a lot of activities for bilateral coordination and fine motor skills. But obviously, like I said, charity begins at home. You can start these things at home itself. So the first one is clay. You can do a lot of clay activities. Give clay nahi dena chahte hain, so you can give atta or maida to the child and let them just do the rolls, just pinching the clay, breaking the clay, pressing the clay. These clay activities, they help them to strengthen their hands. Watering the plants is a wonderful activity. You're giving the child a beautiful responsibility that this is your plant, name the plant. You have to give water the plant. You have to give water to the plant every day. But at the same time, you have a purpose behind watering. Of course, the plant is going to grow. But at the same time, when you're giving the spray bottle to the child, again, you're working on the hand strengthening. Paper tearing and pasting is a beautiful activity, which in further will help in, again, fine motor activities, again, hand strengthening, and in feeding. जब हम रोटी break करते हैं इस तरीके से, it is going to help the kids in that way. Ball playing, ball के साथ हम बहुत कुछ play कर सकते हैं. Whenever we are catching the ball, again, like I said, bilateral coordination, हम अपने दोनों sides of the body का use करते हैं, which helps bilateral coordination. Why bilateral coordination is important? क्योंकि जब हम writing करते हैं, तो हम writing कैसे करते हैं? One, which is the non-dominant hand, यानी कि usually left hand, हमारा पेपर के ऊपर होता है, हम कॉपी को होल्ड करके रखते हैं, एंड विद आवर डोमिनेंट हैंड, इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस इट इज द राइट हैंड, वी आर राइटिंग. सो हमारी दोनों साइड साथ में काम करती हैं. अगर हम सिर्फ एक हाथ से लिखेंगे तो हमारी कॉपी हिलती रहेगी, हमारे राइटिंग में इश्यूज आएंगे. So a very simple activity that you can have to improve bilateral coordination is ball playing. You can have ball catching. Scissor activity is again a bilateral coordination activity, क्योंकि आपको एक हाथ से पेपर को होल्ड करना है, दूसरे हाथ से scissor को यूज करना है. Bubble blowing, blowing balloons, blowing candles. These are something which will help the kids to have their good oromotor muscles. Okay. Involve the kids in daily tasks like peas peeling, grating, chapati doing, रोलिंग पिल के साथ हम काम कर सकते हैं. सो ये सारी जो भी एक्टिविटीज होती हैं, अगेन हमारे शोल्डर मसल्स के ऊपर काम करती हैं, which in further helps us to have a nice posture and have nice handwriting. Cleaning, jumping. With jumping you can have a lot of activities. This is going to have increase your lower body strength. With basic jumping आप बच्चे को बहुत सारी चीजें सिखा सकते हैं. For example, you can teach the numbers like you're seeing here, that let's jump on 1, let's jump on 5. Then you can have different colors here. Let's jump in yellow, let's jump in blue, let's jump in green. You can have different shapes, jump on triangle, jump on circle, jump on square. So with simple jumping, it's a fun activity, but at the same time, you're trying to combine and you're trying to make that learning a fun learning. It's very important to have learning in a fun way. With that fun learning, kids really learn fast and good. So the take-home message is that you have to maintain your patience. With patience, you can conquer a lot of things. Have trust in the school system. Have trust with the teachers, because this is what is something going to take you further forward. You need to have that trust that everything is going to go good in the school. You need to stay connected with the kids. You need to stay connected with the school. And lastly, stay positive. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful and happy parenting. Thank you so much. And now we can have the questions.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Shweta. The comment section of YouTube is already flowing with the questions.
We are waiting.
Yeah. The first one I'll read out to you. It is true we are more caregivers than influencers to kids. How to create a positive relationship with food and education in such a time-crunched and pressured environment?
So with education, like I clearly mentioned the last slide, wherein we can just have a simple, playing activities like jumping, and it's not really important that we can always have education system with copy and pencil. No, it's not really mandatory. You can just teach the kids while you are even cooking. So for example, if I'm making chapati, you have that dough on the slab. You can just make a number 1 there and teach the child that this is number 1. Let's make number 1. Wow, you did 1. So every time the child is doing something, you have to motivate. Always motivate. Please make a note of this, that you have to motivate the kids. If you're not motivating the child will not try and do that specific thing time and again. And when you say that how to build a happy and healthy relationship with the food, then for that, you have to be role model. You should not be eating junk in front of the kids. When you are eating the healthy house-made food, then only the kids will get motivated that, okay, they are eating, I am eating. Once in a while, every one of us are going to go out and have that outside food. And then, yes, above all, we can have a short screen time for this, wherein, on this YouTube, there are a lot of videos with which, there are a lot of rhymes in which they tell the kids to have broccoli, they tell the kids to have healthy food. So sometimes, if you are not really able to convey that specific thing to the child, you can convey it by the means of those rhymes.
I think we are able to answer her query. This was the question from Ms. Vedika Gulati. And now the next one is for two of the parents. It's similar kind of question. One from Miss Jaya Agarwal and Tanvi Gupta. They say that their child is not listening to them. They want to eat candies, ice creams all day long, no matter what. How to deal with it?
All right. So, like I said, that you cannot just stop everything in a snip of second. You cannot do that. You have to be with that process very gradually. You have to go with that process very gradual. So for example, if you were having, let's say 10 candies a day, so now you have to go to 9 candies. But tell them that after every meal you're going to get this. Okay, we will have the candy for sure, beta, but let's have this meal. After that we can have it. So go with that process very gradually. Once you're done with that 9 candies for maybe 2 to 3 days, then slowly and gradually jump up to 7 candies a day. So this process needs to be go gradually. This process needs to be go very, very gradual. Kids, yes, I know they want candies and chocolates every day, but then yes, of course, if they are busy in some tasks, they will not ask for the candies. So busy hand technique is something that you can always work with. If you can keep your kids busy with some or the other activity, they will not go back and think of the chocolates and candies every time. So moms and fathers, you need to be more little creative. Have the task ready for the kids. Once the kids are sleeping, just have 3-4 tasks ready for the next day. That aaj hum ye karenge. The kids will get motivated that kal hame kya karna hai. You can have maybe watering the plants. You can have clay activity. You can have a paper pasting activity. So stuff like this keeps them up in their spirits that aaj hum mummy papa ke sath ye karne wale hain. And their thoughts of chocolates and candies will go down.
Yeah, absolutely nicely explained, ma'am. I think you have assigned some wonderful tasks to the parents as well. They have to be ready beforehand with everything, right?
Absolutely.
Now, one question is from Miss Namrata Anand. She says, she's asking you, can I help my son who is 3.2 years old to talk more instead of just using some words? His communication was delayed because of no social interaction during pandemic. He picks up words after us, but sentence formation is missing. So kindly help.
Yes, of course. This is a very common, thing that we are encountering because of the pandemic. The social interaction was less, and a lot of kids we have encountered with the delayed language. So what you can do is you can have short sentences. Do not just jump up onto the 5-6 word sentences. Just jump up to 2 word sentences. Like for example, if the child comes up and tells you only pani, so you tell the baby pani de do. The child has to repeat pani de do. So just continue with this process of pani de do time and again. So the child would want water at least 10 times a day. So jab hum 10 times a day consistently every time the child has to speak pani de do, tab hum usko pani de rahe hain. It is going to go and feed here. So when it is going to go and feed here, the child will try and speak up again and again on its own. Okay, so this is how you're going to begin. Just start with 2 word sentences. Do not jump up to big sentences that mere piche bolo mama please mujhe pani de do. A lot of us try and make this mistake. Do not do that. Just add one more word to the sentence and then 3 words. Once you know that ab hum 2 word sentences pe aa chuke hain, then add on one more sentence. And yes, of course, you can have a lot of blowing activities, balloon blowing, bubble blowing, candle blowing. Just do a lot of blowing activities. Make sure that your child is chewing well. That's one of the difficulties that we have been seeing with the delayed speech kids. So just see that if the child is chewing well.
That was a great one, ma'am. And that means much drilling is required on the part of parents. As you already said, consistency is required for everything.
Absolutely.
So the next one is from Mr. Nitish Agnihotri. Due to pandemic, baby started avoiding outsiders and he is not even playing with other kids. Just ways to solve this issue.
Again, this is a very common issue which we need to address. So what you can do is Let the baby be at a corner, invite some child, maybe one of your relative or your neighbors, invite the baby at home, and you start playing with the child. Slowly and gradually, when the child will see that Papa play kar rahe hain, Mama play kar rahi hai, let's try and keep that space vacant for the baby also to join us in between. He or she will definitely get motivated, maybe not in the first go, maybe the third time or the fifth time. But again, be consistent with that process. So slowly, gradually, once this child make up the rapport with this one child, he or she is going to accept the other kids also. So be the part of that learning process. So this is something that I've mentioned in the presentation also. You have to be the part of their learning processes. You cannot just expect the kids to come up and do something. You have to teach them, be a part of that process.
Thank you. Next one is from Mr. Kian Arora. My child is addicted to phone. What to do?
Like I said, sir, you have to be proactive and have a lot of activities for the child. So this is a very common thing. Again, because of the pandemic, kids were not going out, but thankfully now the schools are opening, so they are going to spend good 2 to 3 hours in the school. But apart from that, the duty doesn't ends up there. That sending the child to the school doesn't, finishes your role. The child coming back to the home, then you have to have a tasks prepared for the child. घर आएंगे, खाना खाएंगे, sleep होगा. वो sleep करने के लिए maybe ready नहीं होंगे, but you have to create that environment that, wow, I'm going to tell you a story. Have that nice pop-up books maybe with which the kids can get motivated that मुझे आज क्या मिलने वाला है. Right? And then again in the evening, take them to the park, have some activity ready, do ball playing with them. बाहर नहीं जा सकते हैं, घर में ही प्ले करिए. डू दिस जंपिंग एक्टिविटी. बहुत सिंपल सिंपल एक्टिविटीज है, लेकिन किड्स जब इन्वॉल्व होंगे आपके साथ तो वो स्क्रीन की तरफ नहीं जाएंगे. अगर उनके पास कुछ भी करने के लिए नहीं है, या अगर आप उनके सामने बैठ करके स्क्रीन देख रहे हैं, दे विल डेफिनेटली गेट मोटिवेटेड विद इट. दैट आप कर सकते हैं तो हम क्यों नहीं. So again, you have to be the role model. Ignore your screen when you are at home. This has to be your thumb rule. Like I said, that there's no specific thumb rule that parenting में हम ऐसा ही करेंगे, but this is one specific thing that you are the role model. If you are doing good, the child is going to copy your good. So when you are home, make sure no screens in front of the child.
Parents are required to be little alert.
Yes.
Now the question is from Miss Manju Thakur. My kid feels scary of going on slides and jumping on Mickey Mouse trampoline. How to ensure he feels comfortable with outdoor activities?
Okay, so you can create those outdoor activities inside the home with, like, you can have small stools, make the child climb up on these stools, different heights. Then you can create an obstacle course at home itself by the pillows, and make the child cross over the pillows, make the child jump over the pillows, right? And this is how you can try and build up this, at least make them feel comfortable that we can do this. And then, like I said earlier, that when you are going out, you can try and find out some slide where you as a parent can sit and make the child comfortable. आप उनको अपनी गोद में ले जा करके झुला सकते हैं पहले. Make them feel comfortable. Again, comfort zone is very important. So unless and until they will not feel comfortable, they will not step out of their comfort zone and do something. Okay, so आप उनको अपनी लैप में बिठा करके do that sliding, to and fro swinging होता है, वो बिठा करके अपनी लैप में कराइए. Then धीरे धीरे अपने टेडी को करा सकते हैं, जो भी बच्चे का फेवरेट टॉय है हम उसको करा रहे हैं. And now the child will get motivated. अच्छा ठीक है, आज हमने एक स्टेप चढ़ा ना स्लाइड का, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कल हम 2 स्टेप चढ़ लेंगे स्लाइड की. Do not push force. उठा करके ऊपर बिठा दिया बच्चे को स्लाइड के ऊपर, प्लीज डोंट डू दैट. ये फियर्स और ज्यादा क्रिएट करते हैं कि वो ऊपर बैठा हुआ है एंड द चाइल्ड इज हाउलिंग लाइक एनीथिंग, और हम वेट कर रहे हैं कि अब वो नीचे आएगा, वो कह रहा है मुझे नीचे नहीं आना. डू नॉट क्रिएट सच फियर्स इन चाइल्ड. स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली इज द मंत्रा. गो स्लो, गो ग्रेजुअल.
And ma'am, the next one is from Miss Sana Ahmed. My kid is 4 years old, never listens to me in one go. Wherever I call her, it seems like she didn't listen my voice. Most of the time she seems to be lost somewhere. What could be the reason?
Ma'am, if you're saying that you feel that she's not really listening, then I would request you to go to an ENT, get there is one thing called beta testing done. Make sure that the listening is good, and if you know that the listening is good, you have done this test earlier, then go near to the child slowly. If you've called the baby, and she's not really responding, pat her slowly at the back, tell her, baby, mama was calling you, चलो हम उठ के चलते हैं. जोर से चिल्लाना हमेशा नहीं होता है कि तुम्हें सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था, मम्मा इतनी देर से बुला रही है, ऑल दैट. उसके पास जाओ, प्यार से टैप करो, बोलो अच्छा मम्मा बुला रही थी, चलो लेट्स गो. ये एक बार नहीं होगा. You have to again repeat. You have to be consistent with these processes. So consistency is the key. Keep repeating, be consistent. Only then the child will understand that how am I supposed to respond.
Thank you so much. And ma'am, let us pick up the last question of the day. It's from Mr. Mohit Kukreja. How to increase the concentration of child in doing any particular activity and stick him in that particular task?
Once again, you have to keep repeating those tasks. It might sound that I'm repeating the words, but this is what really means. So I'm also being consistent on repeating the words, but you also have to be consistent. But yes, above all, you can have small activities like, you can have colorful paper, make small circles of different colors and have colorful beads. Now, when you're telling the child, this is one specific activity where I'm telling, on a chart paper, have small circles of different colors, and uni color ke you should have the beads or any other objects. And now you tell the child to put specific color, maybe red bead on red circle, red bead on blue circle. So now here you are trying to tell them a specific instruction wherein they have to look out ki kahan pe karna tha. So that is how they will pay more attention towards this activity. हम उनके attention के ऊपर भी काम कर रहे हैं, and for them this is a play activity. We are just playing a game with them. We are not telling that हम आज कुछ अलग कर रहे हैं, हम आपके concentration के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं. No, we are just playing a game. And yes, at home, what you can do is from a clustered drawer, you can tell a child to go and pick up something very specific जो आपको पता है ढूंढना मुश्किल होगा. There are a lot of corners at home. You can always give them daily tasks that drawer में से red color का hanky लेकर के आओ. Keep giving them such tasks. They will try and focus कहाँ पे करना है, कैसे करना है. It's not mandatory, like I mentioned earlier, it's not mandatory that हमें हमेशा एक specific location पे बैठ के concentration के ऊपर काम करना है या writing के ऊपर काम करना है. Just pick up any situation and you can work. Even if you're traveling, you're in the car, आप उस समय भी बच्चों की concentration के ऊपर काम कर सकते हैं. Let's count the number of red cars going on the road. Let's count the number of trees coming on our way. It is very simple. The child is focusing, वो बाहर ध्यान देंगे, वो अंदर they will not be busy creating mess inside the car. They will start focusing on what's really going to happen outside.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think you have tried to come down to their level and explain such wonderful and easy activities for our parents.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let me thank her, Shweta. So patiently you have handled all the queries, whatever best you could, and hopefully parents must be satisfied. And on their demand, if they will be key when the child will be coming to school physically. So Simi, we can take consent from parents and we can organize one session in the auditorium.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
So that we can meet physically and we can answer the queries. I think parents must be aware. I want to apprise them, like Shweta is a parent also here in our school, as well as alumni also of our school. So she is well versed with all the scenarios. Basically, I think what you have addressed is in nutshell. We all have to be very patient, a good listener, which we are not. If I will say myself, we always jump down to the conclusions without listening to anybody. So what is required by all is like we have to be good listener, and we should patiently handle the kids. They have lot of energy, they have lot of potential, and these are the prime areas like up to the age of 5 years. I think you will agree with me. Whatever we can stretch the brain, we can stretch. So there is no like overburdening or anything. And Shweta, I am discussing with my teachers right now, like about the curriculum. So what I feel personally, we should not go into e-board activities or virtual platform. We should do away with all these things till the things are positive, till they are coming to school, because we need to focus on writing skills. We need to focus on social skills, which is very important. We need to see like how they can work in a sit in a structure, like they know the boundaries, because the children, they are not to be blamed because of the scenario. The things are like that only. So I've told teachers like have the feeling of physical presence, and we should devise all the activities like that. Hopefully if the parents are have listened to you, and they must be satisfied. And now when they will be coming to school again, so many queries will be there. We know the anxiety of the parent, the young parent, and of course we are there to address. The things will be handled by the teachers, the competent faculty, along with the Simi Mahajan. So parents, be assured, and all the best for the successful start of your boards. Thank you, Shweta, for giving us time always.
Thank you.
Always be, with us at one call.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I would really like to say that, yes, of course, when this, 2 years back, this pandemic happened, I was also very anxious that how and why I provide screen to my child. But thankfully, the teachers were very, very cooperative. Everything went very well. And since my child is going to the school from this 14, she's extremely happy. She's liking the ambience. The teachers made her so comfortable, and if one day I miss her for my specific reason, she's just crying that why you are making me miss the school. So I am very happy, very satisfied, and I request all the parents that you should be sending your kids to the school. It's really, really important. It's very important for their physical growth and their social growth. It's very important. So please do send your kids to the school. Whatever anxieties are there, calm them down. Talk to the teachers, stay connected. Simi ma'am, your class teacher, principal ma'am, everybody is there. Just talk to them. Just talk to them, but do send the kids to the school.
Yes, a very strong message has to be given. Yes. So thank you, Simmi and Shimpi and all the teachers, all the faculty members for organizing this session. And once again, thanks, Shweta. All the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for inspiring and motivating us, because you are the captain of the ship and you always motivate us and just tell us how to just get the attention of the children and how to motivate our children. And thank you. And we are really lucky to work under your dynamic leadership, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And thank you, Shweta. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you all the parents also.
Thank you, Dr. Shweta. We all are delighted by your presence. Thank you so much for sharing with us so much of your knowledge and information. I'm sure all the parents have acquired a lot from you. Now we have some few important points which I would like to announce here. You all have already been provided with a circular that consists of important information, and all these significant notifications have been uploaded on the school website as well. Still, to remind you of the same, I want to tell you here that offline orientation program for both the parents of the ward will be held on 26th March 2022, that is Saturday, to acquaint the parents with the curriculum and the school environment. All our queries will be addressed by the class teacher on that day. New academic session for nursery class will commence from 28th March 2022, that is Monday. The school will be working for 5 days in a week and will remain closed on every Saturday for students. And complete set of books and uniform for nursery students will be available at ND Block Building, Main School, Pitampura on 22nd, 23rd and 24th March 2022 from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at gate number 3. Kindly make it convenient to collect the same on the specified date and timings. It's mandatory for the child to attend the classes in school uniform. For any further query, you may visit our school website www.dldavpp.in or write to us at the school's email ID dldavpp@yahoo.co.in. Now, on behalf of our school, I would like to thank again Dr. Shweta Vatva for her motivational address. This program would not have been complete without her presence and inspiring words. I thank her from the bottom of my heart. Also, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to you all dear parents for being a part of this virtual induction program. I would like to thank our respected principal ma'am for her indispensable role in the success of the school and her contribution in the lives of the children. Now, I would like to request each one of you to join us for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे